Story time on how my fiance was having a 2-year affair with my mother while I make slime. This is not my story. It was sent in by a fan. Like always, I cannot tell y'all if these stories are real or not. These were sent in by supporters. Y'all already know. Get your monies right and what? Let it drain. Julie is 25 and her fiance was 27. Come on. There we go. They have been together for about, oh my gosh, 4 years. Julie's fiance really wanted to get to know her family, but Julie was reluctant on that because her mother would quite literally push away every boyfriend that she had. She had never gotten along with her previous boyfriend, so Julie was trying to keep this one away from her mother as long as she could. But 2.5 years into their relationship, honey, Julie ends up folding. So it's time for him to meet the mother, and at this point, her heart is pumping. She is scared. But surprisingly, her mother and her fiance get along pretty well. She is so happy. She's ecstatic. She's like, yes, period, finally, I found the one. Little does she know. Fast forward 3 years into their relationship, he ends up proposing. He pops the question, your girl is happy, okay? And around this time is where she also finds out that she is pregnant. I don't have enough activators, so my slime isn't activating. So we're gonna add some of this slime to this because oopsies. Anyways, she's so happy. She ends up telling him like, hey, like we're pregnant, and he's happy and everything's going good. They tell the mom, and the mom is the best thing you could ever expect. Like the mom is on that. She's helping with the nursery, cake tasting, wedding dresses. Like she's on that. She's paying for the baby shower. She's paying for everything. Let's get to the juicy stuff. Fast forwarding 6 months later, she is now 6 to 7 months pregnant. Now, y'all, Julie is at work, right? And her stomach just starts hurting like crazy. Like, she has to throw up everything. And this is where she comes to the conclusion that she has food poisoning. She's like, yeah, it's time for me to go home. I'm 6 months pregnant. Like, I need a rest, and I do not feel okay. She drives home as sick as she wants to be, child. Now, when she get home, it dawns on her that she does not have her house key, y'all. She left it with her husband. And she's already not expecting her husband to be there because he works late night shifts. And the only person who has, like, the spare key is her mother. She's calling her mom, but her mom's not picking up. And this is where she results to calling her husband. He doesn't pick up. So she's like, okay, whatever. I'm going to go back to sit in the car. She's sitting in the car, and she's trying to, like, take her mind off of the sickness that she's feeling. And she's been in her car for like 30 minutes. And this is where she realizes, oh wait, there is another key that is underneath like this plant pot. I don't know. Now, as she's thinking about the key, y'all, she sees her husband's car like parked all the way down the street. And she's like, he's not supposed to be home. You know what the crap? So she starts to walk up to the door, and she's knocking on the door. Nobody's answering the door. At this point, she's been outside for like an hour. No one's answering the door. She sees her husband's car. There's no way he could be at work when his car is right here. And then that's when she notices like the living room like curtains moving. So she goes over there and she sees her mother's purse sitting on like a side table. Now, she's not thinking that her husband and her mama is in there getting it on. She's just thinking, oh, maybe they're planning something for me. Like, you know, my wedding is literally in 2 days. Like, I give birth in a couple of months. Like, maybe they're just planning something cute for me. So remember about that key that she thought about. She's like, like, you know, I'm going to go in there and eavesdrop. So she gets the key. She opens the door. She's already not feeling good. So she has no choice but to go into the house anyways. And when she gets into the house is quiet. Like, shh, like you can hear a pin drop. Up until you start hearing giggling, laughter, happiness coming from her bedroom. I couldn't make this up. Her bedroom. She walks up to the bedroom, and this is where she sees her mother in her birthday suit and her fiance half undressed. Now, she ain't say nothing, but when they seen her, her mother turned pale, and so did her fiance. But as soon as she seen what she seen, she immediately turned around, did a full 360, and ran as fast as she could outside of the door. She makes it to her car, and she just drives and drives and cries and drives until she's like, okay, I just need to go to my aunt's house. So she drives to her aunt's house. She does not tell anybody what's going on. And for the next couple of days, she does not sleep. She doesn't sleep for 3 days straight, y'all. 3 days. So keep in mind, y'all, the third day where she's finally like, let me turn on her phone, is her wedding day. So she found out 2 days prior that her fiance was messing with her mother while she was 6 months pregnant, 2 days before her wedding day. So she turns back on her phone, and this is where she sees like several missed calls, several thousands of texts, thousands of everything. Now, one of his voice messages to her was like, oh, you're pregnant, you don't need to be disappearing on me, you don't need to punish me, you don't need to use our baby as some form of punishment. What? At this point, she's explained to her aunt everything that's gone down, and she just like begs her aunt not to tell like her mother where she's at, and her aunt obviously like is like, yeah, like I got you, this is crazy. So mind you, she goes like literally days, like weeks on end, just sitting in the house all day because she does not want to be bothered by her mother or her ex-fiance at this point. And like they're trying to get in contact with her, but she's just like, no. Her ex-fiance shows up at her job trying to get her new address. He also tries to like convince their mutual friends that she was the issue and he wasn't, which they obviously didn't believe because she has like all the proof and he doesn't. At this point, it's like she's like 8 months pregnant, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna be with you only to discuss how we're gonna raise our child because I am not getting back together with you. So when she meets up with him, she does not want to hear his bull crap. She does not want to hear his excuses, his sorry. She don't want to hear none of that. She's just trying to do what's best for the well-being of their child, okay? And he's not trying to hear that. He does not want to co-parent. He does not want to go to court. He doesn't want to do any of that. He wants her back, and he wants to raise the baby together. So I also forgot to add, before they started talking about like the whole custody thing, she told him like, if we're gonna do this, like you need to tell me where this started, like how long have you and my mother been going at this? And he goes on to say that they had been doing it since they met. So 2 years into their relationship, they had been having this affair since the mother and the guy met, y'all. And at this point, it had been 2 years. So they've been doing this for 2 years. At this point, she was completely disgusted by him, and she's just like, okay, like if you don't want to do the whole co-parenting thing, we're just gonna go to court. And she leaves the conversation at that. Now, as for the mother, because this video is getting kind of long, the mother literally tried to contact her, went on Facebook, like just did every mom thing in the book, and she just wasn't going for it. She blocked her mother on everything, and yeah, that's that. That's the mother's update. She never had a sit-down conversation, as she should, because I wish my mama would. Now she's currently living happily with her 2-year-old, and she has been co-parenting with him. They never went to court. My bad. I feel so bad for her because like, imagine all that stress she had while like trying to actively grow a baby. Like, ooh. Make time with me while I talk about things that irritate me. Yeah. Y'all already know, get your money's worth and what? Let it drain. Don't mind this itty bitty slime that I have, but number one is literally influencer city. I just don't like the whole entire idea of being in a house with a bunch of people who basically are being passed around like a blunt. And I feel bad because a lot of the girls just have no self-respect, and a lot of the guys just don't care. Don't jump me though. Words like read and read absolutely freaking annoy me. Because it's just like, why? Like, why? For those of you who are OGs, y'all would know that I have a bad fear for sewer drains. It's just, it piques my anxiety. It's just like every single time I walk across like a sewer drain, I just imagine myself dropping all of the things that are important to me in that said drain and then having to call the city and then pay a fine for it. Like, no. It's just trauma, okay? I literally need to get some more activator because this is just not activating. I just be adding like little bits of pieces of like my old slimes into this so it can like activate. People who prefer orange juice over apple juice, like it just irritates me because ew, like I can tolerate orange juice, but like apple juice is the goat. Like, I don't know. People who are rude and not humble, like I don't know, people who are just like extremely rude for no reason to anybody, it's just like ew. Like, I don't even want to be around you because why did you just act like that? I don't care what y'all say. If I see a video of somebody about to tear down a freaking beehive and then out of nowhere someone's like, so this is why you do, I don't care. Play the video. Go back to the video that I was previously watching. I did not consent to watch you talk about nothing. I want to see the beehive get destroyed. People who go out of their way to like bully actors and actresses for a role, like people who do that, like it just irritates me because like that's how you know they did their job. 20 versus 1 content, like I don't care what y'all say, 20v1s are just so disgusting because it's like all these girls are just lined up in a line basically getting like disrespected just to boost this guy's ego. No. People who are racist yeah. And I feel like that's just really self-explanatory. Yeah, male-centered women are just like the scariest women to me, because it's like they will truly put you in the worst situations all to get attention by one guy. By the way, it's like 2 a.m. while I'm filming this video. But yeah, those are like some things that I hate that I can think of. That I can think of like at the top of my head. Freestyling for real. Okay, bye. Story time about how my family was so broke, me and my siblings had to dig in the trash can for wristbands to go to the swimming pool. While I fixed store-bought slime part 2 because y'all said to add lotion, and I will fix this mess. I don't want to say broke, more like cheapskates. It stretches more, but it's just like, it don't poke. Ugh. So I'm adding lotion because that's what y'all said to do. But getting into the story, me and my family, we would go fishing a lot, like a lot. Get your money's worth and what? Let it try. Especially in the summertime. That was just our time to go fishing, the summertime. And the lake, we went to different lakes, but the lake that we went to the most was Lake Yucaipa in California. And they had like this swimming pool area, right? Now, the first couple times we went to Yucaipa, we didn't know, because there's like different lakes to fish at, if that makes sense, or if my memory is correct. So I remember one day, my mom, my grandfather, my dad, they was all fishing, right? And me and my sisters, we wanted to go walk across. I'm adding shaving cream because I love shaving cream. But we had walked to like this park area, right? And as we was walking over, we had seen something we didn't notice before. And it was like this pool area. Kids was coming in and out, in and out, in and out. And we wanted to go. Why? Because in my middle school head, it was 130 degrees outside. Like, it was hot, y'all. Y'all, I'm telling you, my insides were sweating. That's how hot it was. So we see this and we go back to our parents. We was like, hey, can y'all get this first? Like, we want to go to the pool. My mom looks straight at us and goes, no. No. We begging her. She like, no. They saying no. They don't want to pay for us to go to the pool. Oh my gosh. So this is where now the next day go by, we end up going back to Yucaipa again, and this time we was gonna find a way to get in that pool. We had to think, we had to use our brain. And then it dawned on us, y'all. It dawned on us. People who were leaving the pool were throwing their wristbands away in the trash can. I don't know what was wrong with us. But we had to get in the pool. It was too hot. So what we started to do, we started digging in the trash can, right? We were finding bits and pieces, ones that was broken up, but then we started to find ones that was whole. And at this time, I think it still won't poke, but I think we found like 2 that were whole, and then maybe it was like 1. I don't remember, but we found like 1 or 2. And then we were digging in the trash can so much to where it was just like super embarrassing. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna ask people who are leaving the park if we can have their wristbands. Now I had to build up the courage to ask this one family for their wristbands because they looked like we was leaving. I walked up to this one family. I'm pretty sure they racist because they looked disgusted by me. I walked up to this one family and I was like, hey, can we have your wristbands? Are you leaving the park for good? And I tell you, the dad did. No. No, go. So now it was one of my sister's turns to go to go and do it, right? We asking little kids, babies, bigger kids, like, y'all. It gets to the point to where we decide to walk back to like where my parents and stuff was at. And my mom was like, what y'all doing? We were like, we told her to plan, like, you know. And for some reason, she didn't stop us. She low-key wanted to get in the water too. So y'all, at the end of the day, guess what we did? We gathered like 4 wristbands. And then what we did was wristbands from the second day, the day that we first went, we had them on our wrists because the wrist, like the color changed every day. So people couldn't come back to the park, you know, and do that. But they wasn't really checking for real. So we didn't get to go in the pool the last time, but now we did, y'all. So it was me and my mom, my little sister, all of us was in the pool and we had like the best time ever, bro. I'm gonna call my sisters and remind them of that. Honestly, y'all, I feel like this slime is just never gonna poke, but I did make it stretchier and it does make like some type of sounds now, but I'd rather this than like ripping apart immediately. And for the people who are saying you shouldn't add shaving cream, you shouldn't add shaving cream, I'm gonna add shaving cream. Like, I'm telling y'all, we literally like snuck into it because we had wristbands from a different day that we found, and then yeah. It's crazy. Like, because they wasn't checking for real. So that's smart. But yeah, bye. How to make slime, long awaited tutorial. As you can tell, I've already started the slime making process. Let's get into it because I'm tired of y'all bugging me for this tutorial. So what you're gonna do is get some like Elmer's glue, or you can get glue from the Dollar Tree, but I recommend crazy glue or like Elmer's glue. Those are the two best glue for slime making. And what I mean by crazy, it should say this: crazy art glue. Okay. I stopped using laundry detergent because it made my hands, like, it literally made me feel like I was doing something toxic to my skin. So I use this Elmer's magic liquid. You should find it in like the glue spot, and it's only like $5. So you see how quick it activates. I also use this crazy art activator. I wouldn't really say get this on its own at all because I feel like it activates, but it's like it activates better when it has like a cosigner, if that makes sense. I haven't done like a slime tutorial in so long, and y'all also have to have slime. Y'all also have to have slime hands. Like if you don't have slime hands, just don't make slime. And if you don't know what slime hands is basically where like you're able to just knead and knead and knead and knead and knead until the slime like perfects itself. Like for example, yeah. Period. I will say, like, making slime with laundry detergent is fun, but at the same time, like, it doesn't activate as quick. Let me clean this up because I just feel like it's gonna get overactivated if I keep this here. I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever. Okay, so my slime has literally just been sitting aside. But yeah, honestly, ever since I stopped using like laundry detergent, my slime has activated way quicker. And at first, I didn't think people were gonna like that because like I be activating it so fast now. I used to take ages to activate my slime. But yeah, y'all, so this is how you make slime. You could obviously add like food dye, anything, but yeah, period. Taylor, count your freaking days. Make slime with me while I talk about Love Island because, ooh, I don't care, y'all. I'm still Nickelandria for day one. Like, I don't care. Like, Nickelandria is still gonna happen. I don't care. Call me delusional. Maybe it's the TikTok delusion rubbing off of me, but I don't care. Ain't nobody mad at Taylor because he freaking chose Clark. Who cares about Clark? I'm mad at Taylor because he wasn't honest to Alondria from the start. Like, he could have told her, hey, girl, like, low-key, I tried to find the spark there. I tried to, but, there's nothing there. But no, he didn't do that. I don't care, bro. Call me delusional, but this is the classic case of the misunderstanding. Nick still likes Alondria. He's just falling back because he knows that she likes Taylor right now. She's hung up on Taylor. Like, Taylor, what the crap do you mean you're not attracted to Alondria? Now, I can understand if you said, oh, like, I can't find a spark between us, but you said I'm not physically attracted. Do you need that? Do you need that? Listen. Bro, Nick and Alondria fans, we gotta rise up. Why are we folding? Why are we losing hope, bro? This is a classic case of the slow burn misunderstanding, like I said before, bro. Like, we cannot fold and shake when the foundation itself is already freaking shaky, bro. Half of us who are into freaking Nick and Alondria are book girlies. We just have to understand this is for the plot. Like, this is for the plot. We just gotta wait, y'all. And right now, if we think about it, it's not really the best time for them to get together because Alondria is still hung up on Taylor. And Taylor trying to get her vote. Like, first of all, you don't choose her. That's enough for me. You don't choose her. And then you try to vote her off. You try to vote her. Man, count your days, Taylor. As soon as I'm downloading the app specifically just for you, as soon as it's time to vote for my least favorite Islander, you're getting the vote. That slime overactivated, so we gotta make a new one. But y'all, like, it's just making me mad, like, bro. And then on top of that, y'all voted for him as y'all favorite man. Y'all voted for him as y'all favorite boy in the villa. This is y'all doing. Taylor is just extremely male-centered. Like, it's like he just needs his friends to like he just needs male validation. If he don't got male validation, it's just over for him. Like, he needs that male validation. Y'all, what's wrong with my activator? Like, why he keep activating? I had to delete it low-key because it was just like too strong. This is y'all fault for not putting him in final 3. Y'all should have put him at bottom 3, bro. But no, y'all voted for him as y'all favorite man. Why? And Alondria, if you're not over that man in the span of 2 hours, you're gonna be at the airport right along with him. I don't care. I guess I'm happy that Shelly and Ace end up together, but at the same time, it's just like, hey, like, y'all might just get my vote at this point because everybody else is getting on my nerves. And I feel bad for Sierra, I do, but look, you know, fate is fate. And sometimes stuff like this needs to happen. Y'all, I didn't even finish watching the episode. I made it 16 minutes in, and as soon as I heard him say, I think we're better off as friends, I was ready to jump. Like most of us, I was sliding down the wall. I was crying. I was throwing a tantrum. I couldn't even sleep last night. But anyways, yeah, this slime, I added it to the one that was overactivated, and it's still overactivated. What do I do? Make slime with me while I talk about the things that used to scare me as a child. Yes. Starting off crazy, I used to be afraid of angels. Like the concept. Well, get your money's worth and what? Let it drain. Okay, I'm not gonna put that much because I always like make it overflow. So let me explain what I mean though. Okay, so explain what I mean by that is I literally used to be afraid of angels because like I remember when I was a little girl, my grandma would be like, oh, like remember the Bible says fear not, so if you ever see an angel, don't be scared. And the concept of me seeing a freaking angel, it just didn't sit right with me because I was like, oh no, like, and then on top of that, when I found out what the biblically accurate angel looked like, y'all, no. Like in my head as a child, I was looking at it from like a spiritual, like ghostly thing point of view. Number two, a lot of y'all know this because I made story times about it, but I used to be actively afraid of freaking sewer drains. And like, truth be told, even now, I still am afraid of sewer drains. But like, let me explain why I used to be afraid. Y'all know the story, well, some of y'all do. My mom, when I was a child, she literally decided to make up, bro, my cat. She decided to make up this whole thing about people living in the drains, y'all, and it stuck with me. Like my mom, I almost got left on the bus numerous amounts of times because there was a drain. Like, y'all, I don't mess with drains. It was just the fact that in my head it was like people are living under the drains. They're the ones that cause you to drop things and all that different types of stuff. It just really stuck with me. And even now, I'm scared of drains in the way of like, what if I just fall through it right now? Like, what if I just drop my keys? And I've explained this before. Like, it's just like, wow. I'm gonna put some more glue because I think I activated it. Okay, I think I'm on number 3, ghost. How ironic it is because, you know, I used to see them a lot, but like ghosts used to scare the crap out of me because it was just like, bro, you are not here anymore and I'm seeing you. Why am I seeing you? I'm not supposed to see you. 4 is Michael Jackson, and my friend, my mutual, she made a video like this, so I'm gonna tag her. But yeah, Michael Jackson used to scare the life out of me. Why? Because I was a child, and all them stories that they made up about him, they stuck with me because I thought that he really took a spoon and scraped his skin off. Not to mention the stop it, Miko. Not to mention like the scary games that they made about Michael Jackson. Like, they was dead wrong. I used to be actively afraid of eagles because like how big they were, and I was like, as a small child, the only thing I'm thinking about is that thing swooping down and picking me up and flying me away to its children. Okay, so like I definitely used to be afraid of eagles. And by the way, y'all, I always overactivate this slime like every freaking time, so I'm trying here. But yeah, those are some of the things that used to scare me as a child. Let me know if y'all want a part 2 because I'ma always give it to y'all. Okay, y'all, please don't mind my trash can, my trash bag on my door. The reason why it looks like that and the trash is coming out is not because the bag is full, but it's because my cat, she like literally like scratches at the bag and she jumps inside of the trash can. And I don't have a trash can yet. So let's talk about the exploding well incident in 1970 while I make slime. Yum. Yes, y'all, slime history is back. Now, this happened in 1970, and yes, a well exploded everywhere, and chunks of well meat just flew everywhere and dented people's cars. Yes. I'm gonna be showing the clip at the end, by the way. Get your what? Get your money's worth in what? Let it drain. November 12th, 1970, in Florence, Oregon, a 45-foot 8-ton sperm whale washed up on a beach, dead. Now, naturally, it started to decompose, obviously. Y'all, the smell, oh my gosh, y'all, I got bit by a mosquito. I don't even know when. Anyways, the smell was so bad that people started to literally complain about it. Now, whales aren't the easiest thing to dispose of. Oh my gosh, I put too much. Now, here are the problems that they started to face. They couldn't bury it because it was too big to bury and it would eventually just float right back up. And if they left it there, sharks and other scavengers would come trying to get, you know, the dead flesh. So, the Oregon Highway Division came up with the best plan. They thought, blow it up. It's dynamite. Yeah, because how else would you blow something up? Now, for some reason, they didn't think that when they blew it up, the bigger chunks of the well would just explode everywhere. No, they thought that what would happen was tiny pieces of the well would explode everywhere, and the smaller scavengers like seagulls and other creatures would come and eat, you know, the matter. Now, they decided to use 20 cases of TNT. They did not need that much. Now, obviously, there was some nosy people because you don't see a well exploding every day. So there was a big crowd that, you know, gathered near the blow up site. Now, technically, their theory did work. The well did blow up, but not into the tiny pieces that they thought it would. It blew up into literal chunks. Pieces of well, the size of suitcases, rained down on everyone. So the entire parking lot was just raining well chunks. And the well chunks were so big that they were denting people's cars, y'all. And guess what? They had to bury the well anyway because the well was too big. The well was too big, so they had to bury it anyway. Okay. Slime history is back, y'all. It's back. Crazy part about this all is that it's all on YouTube. And I watched this video before. Like, me and my sisters, I believe we watched it. I watched this video a long time ago, but I never really understood the history. I just knew that a well blew up. Slime history is back.
Our camera stopped rolling in the overwhelming smell. A parked car over a quarter of a mile from the blast site was the target of one large chunk. The passenger compartment literally smashed. Fortunately, no human was hit as badly as the car. However, everyone on the scene was covered with small particles of dead whale.
Make butter slime with me because I've never made butter slime and I want to try very badly. I'm pretty sure how you make butter slime is soft clay, and I have it here with me, so let's try it. Y'all already know, get your money's worth, and what? Let it drain. Like, is that enough? Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I only have this much clear slime left. I'm putting some back because, oh, I made a mess. Oh, I made a mess. Oh, I made a mess. We have to make the butter slime yellow because butter is yellow. I can't. Okay, it's not opening. By the way, y'all, I hate using my teeth for things. That's the first time that I decided to because I have nails and this isn't gonna open. All right, y'all, I hate using my teeth, like, actually. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm done. I like activate it first or put the clay in it. I don't know. And y'all know already over here, we do not be doing tutorials. We wait until the video is posted and then take y'all advice. So I'm just gonna activate it first because I think that's the best way to go. And y'all be trying to clown me talking about why do you be using random objects to mix your slime? Why are you in my beans and carrots? I might have put too much activator. But if you hear my cat meowing, that's just because she's on punishment right now. She's in trouble. Okay, y'all, I definitely put too much activator. Time to add some more glue. Yeah, that should be enough. I just need to get some more clear slime. Y'all think that was too much? Y'all think that was too much? Yeah. Alright, y'all, it's kind of activated, it's kind of not, but that doesn't really matter because I'm gonna be adding the clay. I actually just really want to add the clay in there, so yeah. Alright, y'all, so I did add the clay, and guess what? TikTok didn't film it! TikTok didn't film me doing it! Y'all, I'm a prodigy. I think I did it. Hey. Oh, okay, we're gonna try to make a bubble with this because I'm just the queen at making slime. Okay, look, bubble, bubble, bubble. No sound? Question mark? We made clay slime. It doesn't have a scent though. I don't know, but we made clay slime. Butter slime to be, oh wait, no, it's called butter slime. We made butter slime. And it looks brighter on camera, but I promise you it's not that bright. Like, it's the perfect color for butter. Bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye. I just realized the way that I've been sitting that entire video was a little strange, but it's comfortable. Make slime with me while I talk about some of the rules my strict mother had. I love my mother to death now, but she was definitely strict. Like, she plays it nice now, but she was strict. So at 16 years old, on the dot, my phone had to be given to my mom. Get your money's worth and what? Let it drain. And I just realized I butchered that sentence, but like at 16 years old, I had to give my mom my phone at 9:30 p.m. Let me correct myself again. We didn't have to give our phones to her. We had to put our phones in a basket in the kitchen, turn our phones off, and if we didn't do it exactly at 9:30, we were not going to get our phone for like 2 months. This is like smell goods. Oh, you can't see it, but it kind of smells fruity. You're joking. You're joking. No. Yeah. I like fruit and stuff now. If one of us made a mistake, my mom would go through all of our phones and take all of our phones. I remember one time we had our phones gone for like I want to say like a good month for no reason, all because like one of my sisters did something I can't even remember. Keep in mind, this is during like kind of summer, ending of summer, beginning of like school era. We were not allowed to go anywhere, and we also were not allowed to wear any type of makeup, none of that. And no lashes, none of that. I didn't really care about the makeup, but I was like addicted to lashes, so I would constantly like sneak her lashes. And yeah. Here's another crazy thing. She took our TV remote. Like, if we did something that she didn't like, we were done. Like, our oh my gosh, is this activating? Okay, yeah. Our consequence, and whoa, what? Why can't I talk? This is why I be cutting the video so much, because I don't even be making sense. She would take our TV remote, okay? So we weren't even allowed to watch TV. And this was all because, like, one of us did something, like I said before, we all faced the repercussions for it. Because we kind of all shared a room, even though we didn't. Like, the bigger kids were split into one room and the little kids were split into another, but everyone would constantly just be in the bigger kids' room, so we were all punished the same. We weren't allowed to go anywhere. We were, like, literally, I hate to say it, locked in the house, and we couldn't do nothing. Wait, this is so pretty. We couldn't do anything but, like, come to terms with her rules because we were living in her house. So what could we do? This is so pretty. It's, like, way greener on camera. It's like a light green. I don't know why it's so dark on camera though. But well. So she would do these unprovoked phone checks. So for example, like if one of my sisters like danced to a song that had like a cuss word in it or something, she's just checking everybody's phones, because that automatically meant we were doing something online that we weren't supposed to. I definitely feel like there's way more, but I just can't think about them right now. And my hair's, oh my gosh, my hair's a mess and can't even put it up. I hid my period for 3 years, and here's the story time on how like my dad found out. And yeah, while I make slime, of course, obviously. I know I already told the story, but I don't really think I went into depth about how my dad reacted. Y'all, I filmed Get Your Money's Worth and Let It Drain, and it didn't film it. So get your money's worth and let it drain. So I got my first period when I was 14 years old, and I told not one soul. I didn't tell anybody, okay? Nobody. Nada. Oh, I forgot this shaving cream activates my freaking slime. Okay, so let's like fast forward a bit. So I'm living with my dad was torture. For those of you who've watched my videos, you know living with him was torture. He picked on me every chance that he got, and he always compared me to my little sister, and he would constantly say that like she was better than me and all this stuff that was just like just not caused for, if I'm being freaking fair. He would always say things like, I bet your sister's so mature, I bet she's gonna get her like period before you. And I would just be looking in his face like, ha, you don't even freaking know. So that was my form of like my petty little payback, because what else could I have done in that situation? So about a month before my dad finds out, my sister gets her period, and she's like, I think I got my first period, guys, I don't know what to do, and all different types of stuff. And I was like, here's the secret, I have my period too. And it was like, what? I'm Radio Rebel. Yeah, cringy moment. And she was like, okay, so like, what do I do? I was like, do you want to hide it? You want to tell dad? She was like, I want to hide it. So a month goes by, and my sister gets her period again. Now, I believe my sister got her period before me, and my dad's girlfriend goes to the bathroom, in our bathroom, and she sees that there is a red on the toilet. And so she goes, she barges in the room, and she goes, who has their period? And my sister immediately looks nervous, and I'm like, I'm not on my period, but like, ooh, like it's better. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my sister's on her period. So my sister just automatically, like, she just looks kind of sus, and we won't snitch on each other. We did not snitch back on each other back then. But my sister, she's like, I do. And then my dad's girlfriend is like, wow, like come here, let me teach you all these things. And my dad immediately comes in the room after he finds out, and he goes, I told you your sister was way more mature than you. Like, look at her, she's maturing as a woman. And I'm like, and I couldn't, y'all, the secret, I could not hold it in anymore. And I went, and that's exactly why I'm the one who taught her how to hide it. She's had her period for a month now, and I've had my period for 3 years. And he goes, you what? And I was like, yeah, I've had my period for 3 years. And he was like, since when? You're lying. I was like, no. It felt so good to get that out, y'all, because like you don't understand the amount of like verbal abuse I went through with him. So it was just like ha. And y'all, when I tell you this man cussed me out, he was like, you're nasty, why would you keep that a secret, you're crazy, and this is why your sister was way more mature, why would you even tell your sister how to hide it, you're weird. Like, when I tell you this man cussed me clean the F out, this man cussed me clean the F out. Like, he was just going in, and he just kept going in, like wouldn't stop. He wouldn't give me a break. He just kept going. And so I'm like, okay. And he was like, no, you need to talk to your mother now. You need to talk to your mother. So my mom gets on the phone. She's like, baby, you had your period and you didn't tell me why. And I was just like, because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, calm down. And like I said, hindsight, this wasn't the smartest thing to do. But in my like 14-year-old brain, hiding my period was the perfect thing to do. And I was going to tell like my dad, but he was just like so mean to me. And I knew that he was just going to subject my attitude to my period. And I didn't feel like dealing with that. Not to mention, I was just scared to tell people. So that's how my dad reacted. I definitely did get in trouble. And I believe I did get whooped for it. So yeah.